Dave here with Half Dozen Customs. Tonight I've decided to start drilling out this frame for the seat. It's spot welded in all the way across from driver's side to the passenger side. I have to drill it out because the rot that I'm repairing on the driver's side goes clear under the seat frame. So I need to pull it out so I can replace all that metal, and then we'll put it back in. There was actually a small spot under the passenger side as well, which I did a repair on it, but it probably wasn't the best repair because the seat frame was there. And originally when I started this, I wasn't planning on pulling the seat frame out. But once I got over here to the driver's side and I started looking at the driver's side and seeing how bad it was, I was going to just pull out the driver's side, and split it at the drive shaft tunnel, and just do the driver's side. And I just kind of decided to finish drilling it all the way across and pull the whole thing out in one piece, repair what I need to repair over there before I even jump over to the driver's side. It'll be a better repair, and at the end of the day I'll be happier with it. So that's tonight's project. Drill a whole bunch of spot welds out and start getting this thing pulled off. So thanks for joining us. Oh. Ta-da! Well, that's one piece out. Two more to go. Some of it came out easy, some of it not so much, but when it comes to drawing out spot welds like that, it's never a fun job. So, but I got it out without destroying it. I mean, put a couple holes in the floor where it was rotted out anyway, so that really doesn't matter. I'll be cutting it out and putting new stuff in, so not too shabby. So I've decided, there's really nothing wrong with the drive shaft tunnel other than where the seat belts mount, which I'll fix that. So I'm gonna cut it right up here on the side of the trans tunnel. Now I'll fix all the floor. I'll put this piece back in. I'll weld up where I cut. I'll do that on both sides. Instead of going up and all the way around, trying to find these spot welds, they're hidden pretty well. I mean, a couple of them are sticking out like a sore thumb, but a lot of them I can't see where they're at. I'm having to find them with the hammer and chisel or the air hammer, and usually when you have to find them like that, you're tearing metal. And the floor is thin sheet metal, and this thing's a heavy brace. So it's not tearing the brace, it's going to tear the floor. So since there's nothing wrong really with the trans tunnel, why create a bunch of holes, chiseling it out? I'll just cut it. I'd rather weld up one line than weld up a half a dozen holes. Haha, see how I did that? Okay, so I got this seat brace out over here. I did end up cutting it at the trans tunnel like I originally said. I changed my mind partway through, said that I was going to take out the whole thing. Once I started getting this piece out, started realizing the damage that was being caused trying to take this piece out. and I didn't want to create damage all the way to the other side that was unnecessary. So I did get this piece out. As you can see here, there's two spot welds that were right next to each other. I could only see one of them, but once I started, poking around on the floor with chisel and a hammer, I started realizing that there was another one next to it. Once I got it out, there's actually one in between it. So they had three of them right next to each other in that spot. That originally I could only see one of them. So, you can see here, I tore part of the floor out, I tore part of the floor out, I tore part of the floor out. And each one of these, it was double stamped. There was a spot weld right next to the spot weld. So I could see the one and I was able to drill the one out, but didn't know that there was another one until I started chiseling. So it started causing more damage than needed to be done. Now, a good section of this floor is getting replaced, so it's not really a big deal that I tore up the floor. But closer I get to the trans tunnel, I was messing up good metal. So I made the decision to cut it in half like I originally planned in the beginning. And now I'll go over to that side and I'll just take out what needs to be taken out. I'll split it somewhere and we'll get that taken care of and get that welded back up properly. So instead of causing more damage, I changed my mind partway through. Sometimes that's just how it works in here. You have a bright idea in your head, and once you start getting into it, that bright idea starts to fade quickly. So I'm ready to move on to the other side and take that out. When I get back over to this side, I'll fix the tears in the floor that got put in there, and we'll be good to go. So just keep moving forward. No big deal. It is what it is. Sometimes you run into unexpected things, and that's kind of stuff that happens. So each car is different. You don't really know what you're getting into until you're in the middle of it. So I'll show you this side over here, show you the little bit of damage that was done in some areas that really wasn't necessary, which led to my decision to only take out part of it instead of all of it. So as you can see over here, this was rotted out. So that was no big deal that got tore. That would have been getting replaced anyways. But as I'm getting back into here, this looks like it might still be good metal. I don't know until I start getting into it. But, it tore the metal across there. I couldn't see what I was doing underneath there with the air hammer, and, tore that up pretty good. But like here into the trans tunnel, I poked a hole right through the drive shaft tunnel. Sorry, not trans tunnel, drive shaft tunnel. I poked a hole right through. I'll go underneath, I'll hammer it, dolly it back flat, and I'll weld that up. And, it's really not that big of a deal, but causing more unnecessary work that needed to be. I'm thinking just by the looks of it, it'll get a patch here, and I'll probably cut it somewhere on this side of the body line, and it'll get new metal that way. So, I'll probably have to repair that hole, repair this hole, or maybe I'll come a little farther and not have to repair those holes. But definitely going to have to repair that and repair that. So that's just, it's just kind of stuff that happens. Oh well, I'll fix it, keep moving forward. Not going to lose sleep over it. So now on to the other side.